This is the story about how becoming a mom
changes you as a woman.
When I look into my child's face, their first laugh, their embrace, I forget myself and I'm floating in space.
I didn't want it. I didn't want it. I didn't want it.
Okay, we'll go get something you want.
Whiny, willful. Kids test the limits of everything around them,
I'm not gonna do my pants, Mom.
especially their parents. From temper tantrums to table manners, we're at our wits' end. They just don't listen. How do we parent our children without losing our mind?
Try to get eye contact with him.
First, I start talking louder because I think it's just a hearing problem. I look them in the eye and I tell them that it's not okay not to listen to me.
Today, we're talking to child development and behavior specialist and mother of triplets, Betsy Braun about what do you do when your kids don't listen.
So, my children have a very big problem with listening. I always tell them, did you not hear me? Where do you have your listening ears on?
Let me ask you this question. Have you had their ears checked?
Yeah.
Do we have a hearing problem?
No.
So we don't have a listening problem. You know, all this stuff starts with calling it what it is. You have a problem with your kids probably not minding you, as your parents used to call it. It's about doing what you want them to do or to stop doing what you don't want them to do.
Cooper, it's like a bomb can go off around him. He could be playing with his little toys, whatever his deal is. Yeah. Cooper, it's time for breakfast. Dead silence. He just doesn't listen to me.
The first tip, how are you delivering the message to Cooper? You might be in the kitchen saying, Cooper, it's time to go. You need to stop and think about what you're doing. If there's something you want Cooper to do, I want you to get off your tush, walk over to Cooper, get down on his level, 18 inches from him. Maybe even put a hand on him so he's getting the multimodal approach. Earth to Cooper, I need you to stop what you're doing now. We're going to do this right now. Let's give him the chance to do it right.
Okay.
Let's not allow him to tune you out. You can even develop a little code word to have after it that said, do you copy Red Ryder? Or,
right.
Marco, Polo, whatever it is.
Oh, that's cute.
So
it's like
really
a little
cute.
Okay.
Here's the thing of it. Children, what they're trying to do is they're trying to grow up. They're working really hard at the business of growing up. And growing up is when you understand what's going on with your kids, it helps you to back off and say, this isn't about me. I'm not a bad mommy.
Right.
It's hard to grow up. I'm not asking you to be hard on your kids. I'm asking you to be clear. If you choose a consequence that makes sense to them, then they'll learn it. Okay, I don't come to dinner, I don't eat with the family. I don't come to dinner, I don't go to Disneyland. Well, next time maybe Disneyland isn't in the cards.
Right.
So it has to be related to the point. Say it not in an angry voice. By the way, if you introduce an angry voice, then the attention goes away from what you're asking to Mom is angry, and they get into that mode of...
I use angry voice.
Red alert, I'm going to defend against Mom's anger. This doesn't feel good. And they're not even taking in what you've asked them to do.
Oh, I feel really bad now, because I've done that before with the angry voice, where I'm just so frustrated that I just say, you're not even acting like my daughter. I don't know who you are. What are you doing? Why would you do that?
The thing that you need to keep in mind, Barb, is that impulse control is something that grows in children. And it's when kids end up hitting, pushing, biting, they're still working on controlling their impulses. It's very easy to be frustrated. I want that so badly. Give it to me. You won't give me. I'll just take it.
Right.
There is this developmental component to growing up. One of the things that you can be doing when you see your daughters not fighting, you can say to them, you know what? You worked that out talking. That was amazing. You guys are really figuring out how to solve
reinforcement.
100%. Catch them doing the right thing. When we push buttons, what we're really doing is testing limits. And testing limits is a very important tool that kids use in order to grow up. How can they figure out what's right if they don't do what's wrong? You need to be consistent in what you're imposing upon your kids, and it needs to happen every time. They have to know, I do this, this happens. We want your kids to own their behavior. We don't want it to be about pleasing you. We want it to be about doing the right thing. And let me just make this point to you, Barb. All mommies feel this way. You are not the only one. It's very hard.
I always feel it's such a reflection of me. Like, what have I done wrong that my kids are acting like that?
It's not about you.
We're all trying to make our way as parents. There are good days and bad.
Mommy, no.
Take a deep breath and do your best. And remember, we're all in this together. We want to know what's going on in your mom life.
So come visit our community at jenandbarb.com.
This episode was brought to you by Pledge Multi-Surface.
Coops. Cooper, where's my snuggly snoo? Hey, you, I'm going to take a Pokemon card away. 1, 2, here comes, I'm taking a Pokemon card.
What the